Welcome back to the channel. In the room we have today is Jenson, and Jenson is with us today with his mighty fine guitar here at Gigs and Guitars. And you're probably wondering who Jenson is, but I would basically say Jenson is probably going to be one of the most hottest guitar talents that the UK has produced in many, many years. So how are you today, Jenson?
I'm great. I'm great every day, to be honest with you. I'm just myself, having a good day.
Fantastic. Right, well, you've made it successfully to the Gigs and Guitars channel at here in Blackpool. I've got some notes. So Jenson, you've been quite a busy kind of person this last sort of few years.
Yes.
And you've been doing some remarkable things which I'm going to talk about today. But just tell me a little bit about yourself before we sort of start.
So I started guitar in primary school about 8 or 9 years old. I sort of did a bit of lessons, didn't get right far, so I moved on to a music school in my area where I met my guitar tutor, who is still my guitar tutor now, Greg Harper. And he's literally, from about, like I say, age 9, I started on acoustic guitar with him. He taught me, started off with like the Dire Straits sort of stuff.
Yeah. And
bits like that, Eric Clapton. Then I enjoyed doing the acoustic guitar stuff, and then I think about a year in, maybe not even a year in, maybe a few months, I think I said I want to go to electric, and I bought my first, my parents bought my first electric guitar for me.
Right, yeah. So let me just sort of take you back to, obviously you're on acoustic, you're having guitar lessons, and you're moving on to like electric about 12 months later. So what was the motivation behind that? What inspired you in terms of music?
So my dad used to be a singer.
Right.
Which, at the time, when I was younger, I used to like Ed Sheeran and stuff, and I was a bit like, I enjoyed it, but then as I got older, I started to more adapt to my dad's music taste.
Yeah.
And when I got onto the acoustic guitar, I loved it, like I say, but that sort of rock influences, because my dad made me a playlist on my iPad at the time, and I started listening to it. I was like, oh, this is great. It had like Manic Street Preachers,
right,
bits of stuff like that. And I loved it, and I started thinking, well, I can't play this on acoustic, can you? So I just want to get onto the electric more than anything.
Right, yeah. So what steps did you take then to basically sort of fulfil that ambition of going from acoustic to electric?
So, it was around the time of COVID, of course. Yeah. So it was like all online lessons. So I simply went on to Guitar, bought an Ibanez Gem Junior and a little, was it the Boss Katana Mark 1 practice amp?
Right, yeah.
And from there just started learning. Of course I already knew a few bits from the acoustic side of things, but then from there Greg started teaching me the skills like, scales, bits like that, more electric bass stuff.
Right. That sounds good, doesn't it? Okay, so 9 years of age, you started on your lessons and you moved on to electric guitar. So now, obviously, in development of being like a young guitarist and that, now something, according to my notes, guys, the age of 12 years in 2023, now you're obviously 14 years of age at the minute, that was a pretty significant year for you in terms of your successes. Yes. What was that?
Well, it was my grade 8. I was in a band through 2023. That was going great. I played some big stages with that band, played Darwin Live main stage and King George's Hall in Blackburn, which was absolutely incredible. Then I think it got to about June, July time, and Greg, my tutor, said to me, I want you to do your grade 8, because he thought I was at the level. Yeah. Which, to me, it was a huge push, because it was something I'd never really worked around before, except for doing maybe a few little mock grades sort of stuff previous. So from about, like I said, June, July, I was working non-stop every day, grade 8, trying to nail it. And I got to end of August, and I said, right, it's time for me to do this. I think I'm at the level I can do it. I did it. I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting the worst, to be honest with you. I think what most people would do and think, I don't know if I'm going to fail, pass, merit, distinction. Right, yeah. Came back with the results, distinction, most incredible thing I've ever seen. I was just like, how have I done that?
So I was just going to say, guys, your age, how old were you?
I was 12 at the time.
12 years of age, distinction, and I think you'll agree, that was essentially unheard of at that age group to get a grade 8 distinction. So how much work did you put into that?
Like I say, it might have been like 3 hours a night, just constantly. I was sat there, parents probably trying to watch TV thinking, gosh, can he stop? But, you know, it was just 3 hours a day, constantly practicing, just trying my best. I couldn't stop, you know, once you've got that sort of enthusiasm and like energy,
the ambition.
Ambition, like you say, to do it, you just can't stop going to do it because it's like, I need to do this, it's impressive, it's incredible if I can do it, you know, so I've just pushed myself.
I'll tell you what, that's a fantastic sort of result. And to be honest, let's just quickly talk about your parents, because you've got, I mean, they're just here in the room at the minute, guys. They're just sat over there. They're having a lovely cup of tea. And you've got a wealth of support from your parents, haven't you, really? So how, you know, I mean, how can I put it in terms of their drive and ambition in getting you to places like they've driven you here today and that? How's that support worked out?
It's been incredible because without them, like I say, I wouldn't be able to get to these places, like from getting my acoustic guitar, which of course they bought for me, to my first electric they bought for me. You know, they've helped me along the way. There's not really been a time that they haven't. They've always supported me. Any gigs, like opportunities that have come up, or even just to go and watch musicians live and bands, it's always been a case of, you know, they've supported me and made my dream come true for me, basically, to do what I want to do. So, like I say, my dad used to be a singer, so he already had a good knowledge in the industry. Yeah. So it was like, right, well, Dad, I want to play a guitar. Well, you don't need a guitar, of course.
Yeah.
Gets me a guitar.
Several, thanks, Dad.
So it's just been incredible. My mum tends to help out a lot with sorting opportunities. I know it sounds bad, but she is the one that sorts a lot of things for me.
Brilliant.
My dad's like I said, the gear nerd for me, my roadie, as I'd call him.
Yeah.
And he just helps me set up. And as much as I do have to educate him on things with the guitar, he does know a lot more than what I do.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful about who my parents are because of that. It's just like...
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I say, if you're getting the kind of support to pursue your future sort of career, sort of plan your life out, that's what is about being a parent is all about, really. It's giving you opportunities at the end of the day. So I think that's just a really good thing. So just moving on. So you've got your grade 8 distinction. Now, obviously, you're building up your skills on the guitar. You've done a few sort of going to guitar shows. Now, I've got my notes here. In 2024, the following year, you ended up with an endorsement in 2024. So how did that come about and who was that with?
So basically, in September of 2024, I went to the Cheshire Guitar Show in Crewe, where I met Mr. Paul Flatley, who owns Flatley guitar pedals and bass pedals, which were built here in the UK. I met him for the first time, played through his pedals. I was blown away, simply, because at the time, I think early 2024, I'd started building a pedal board because I'd never worked with one before. Yeah. And, you know, when you start building a pedal board, it's one of them things, you get more and you can't stop buying more because it's just like, whoa, I need this pedal.
It's infectious.
You know, it's just something, it's addictive. So I went and tried out these pedals and I was blown away, simply. I was like absolutely amazed. So from there, I think it got to December at the Aintree Guitar Show in Liverpool, and we went to support Paul, but he said, yeah, I'm happy to make you an artist, you know, promote you and stuff and give you this pedal. So that was the first, you know, endorsements artist thing for me.
Yeah. So just taking you back to that, so that's Paul from Paul Flatley Boutique Effects Pedals, and that was the Nirvana pedal. Now you've got a great little video on your YouTube channel all about that pedal, which I have watched. And one thing that attracted me about that pedal was the fact that you can shape the tone on the delays.
Yes.
Yeah. And I thought, what a great useful tool that is, you know. So, but yeah. So you've obviously forged a relationship there. Now that hasn't really sort of stopped you, really, to be honest, because like moving on again. So back in 2025, another significant thing happened in your sort of guitar life. So you got another endorsement. Who was that with?
So in May of this year, I went to the Northwest Show at Haydock Park Racecourse, where I was demoing for Paul from Flatley. And at the time, it was all kept secret, but this guitar was being built by Carl. But basically, I wanted a part for the guitar, which is the Wilkinson VS 130 2P, which Trev has made, of course, built himself. And I knew a few people, so Sam C. Lees, who's a Wilkinson artist, main demonstrator for Wilkinson. I spoke to him and said, I need a tremolo system that can stay in tune, it can dive bomb.
Yeah.
And he said, that's the one. So we went and spoke to Trev Wilkinson and said, I want this part, basically. What is the thing? And we weren't expecting anything. I wanted to get this part from Trev. And on the day at the Northwest Shore, we were speaking to him for a few hours, actually.
Yeah.
And he said, I want to give you the part, and I want to make you an artist, which was blowing me away because there's people on that list of like Andy Timmons, Pete Thorne, you know, it keeps going on, and it's just like, wow.
It's incredible, isn't it? Because I've been aware of Wilkinson stuff for many years, and Pete Thorne is a big advocate of the Wilkinson sort of hardware. And you actually spoke to the man who's designed it and manufactured it, and here you are today. Now we're going to come on to basically the guitar in a minute or two, which is obviously, it's sitting here in all its splendour. But before I want to do that, guys, I want to speak to you about March 2025. You released a studio track.
Yes. So basically from a few people that I knew. So like Sam C. Lees, who already writes his own instrumental stuff and bits like that. I was very inspired, and of course I'm inspired by like Steve Vai, Joe Satriani and people like that. And I thought, I need to show my talent of writing. Yeah. So I came to write my own song, Delayed Reaction, which it took a bit of work because it was something I've never done before. Yeah. It was like, you know, come up with the chords, then it was like find that catchy melody for it and lead line. And
it has got a catchy melody. I was just talking to your mum just earlier, and I was having a bit of dinner just before you guys arrived, and it's been in my head since I heard it this morning. So yeah, and sorry, just carry on, Jenson.
But I basically came up with it, and I was like, that sounds great. So I said to my dad, I said, let's set my amp up and let's mic it all up, plug the pedal board in, and let's record it. Yeah. And at this point, I'd already had another flatly pedal, the Revolution, which is dynamic overdrive, and throughout the entire song, it's just that and the Nirvana basically. And I played it, recorded it, and I thought, this is great. You know, I added all the parts in that needed, added in bass, drums, and I thought, I'm so proud of this. It was just like, how have I accomplished this? You know, I'm doing my exams at school at this moment in time, these mock exams ready for year 11.
So you've got everything going on at the minute, yeah.
But I've done this, and I thought, it's incredible, I can't complain. So I got it recorded, mastered it and everything myself, and I uploaded it onto the stream platforms, and the reaction was just incredible.
I'll tell you what, guys, if you get a chance, it's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify as well, isn't it? I think everything, it is. Yeah. And if you want to check it out, it's called Delayed Reaction, and I've had a good listen to it today. I've listened to it, there's you've got whammy bar action going in there, there's harmonised guitar playing in there, there's a bit of everything, and for the big thing is having that catchy melody. Yes. And that's a big thing. You keep returning to that in various parts of the track, which I think is a really good thing. It's the hook. Yeah. They keep talking about the hook in music, don't they? So yeah.
It's what catches people, and I mean, if you only play it once, people might get annoyed. So you know, you just keep linking back to it, and
that's it. Yeah.
Like I said, all the reaction that I had from it, everyone, I think, I literally shared it around, and everyone was just like, "This is incredible." But no, the amount of shares, the response, like I say, that I had, people just saying like, I can't stop listening to it. Yeah. Like I say, it's stuck in my head. You know, I've got people that say, yeah, I go for a jog in the morning and it's in my jogging playlist because it's one of them upbeat, catchy, fast songs that it's like, yeah, I've got the energy. It could be in a Rocky film for all you know, come on Rocky, you can do this, you know, run up these stairs. Yeah. It was, you know, brilliant, the reaction.
So have you got any plans for any more writing coming up? Have you got any more ideas already sort of in the bank, if you will, you know, so...
Yeah, I can't say too much, but, you know, I've definitely been working on some stuff recently. I've got some ideas wrote down and should hopefully, you know, in the next coming weeks, I'd like to say. have something for people to be listening to, possibly.
Brilliant. Oh, fantastic. Well,
You know.
I'm going to look forward to that, guys, because like I say, check him out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever, guys. Just have a good listen and support the young talent from the UK that's sort of up and coming, is going to be the next generation of guitarist that the UK can offer.
Yes.
So just quickly sort of moving on. So May 2025 was you did a live show supporting a sort of a touring, well-respected cover band. So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So basically, A Foreigner's Journey. They're the UK's, and I think are they Europe's as well, possibly only tribute to Foreigner and Journey.
Yeah.
And basically back in January 2025, went to watch them in Blackburn, which is my basically local town.
Yeah.
I thought they were incredible. They're just insane. So I said, I need to get my name out there. Why don't we ask them and say, if there's ever a chance, could I support them? Because of course I don't sing.
Yeah.
I'm not a singer, but I do instrumental bits and stuff. I've got my own song out there, but I will do stuff to like backing tracks with singing on, so people can sing along if they wanted to. We weren't expecting anything. I weren't expecting it because they do play at some big places. They came back on, the guitarist Ricky, he said, absolutely. And we were like, okay. And then he said, actually, we're playing in Burnley, which is, half an hour from where I live.
Yeah.
At Burnley Mechanics, which, it's a big stage. Absolutely huge, famous people have played there. Some of my biggest inspirations have played on that stage. I was just like, 1 minute, what's this all about? And I was like, of course, I'd love to do that. So I think it was actually the week prior to Burnley that I got asked to do it. So it was quite short notice in a way.
Yeah.
And it was just insane. So
can I just stop you there? So when he said absolutely, and you've got this invitation, which is literally days away, what was your immediate reaction to that moment?
I know it's going to sound quite bad. I've never been someone that's massively nervous to go on the stage before. I've always had that just confidence in me to go out there and show people who I am.
Yeah. And
this suddenly just went to me, and I was absolutely sweating so much. I was like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? It was insane. I of course I couldn't say no, because I was like, and I want this. This is what's going to help me. So we got to Burnley, and I was so nervous. I was like, Mum, Dad, I don't think I can do it. I was getting to the point, I was like, proper shaking. I was like, I'm going to get on stage and not know what a guitar is anymore. But, the guys of A Foreigner's Journey, of course, Ricky, the guitarist, who sorted this for me, he was brilliant. They were all brilliant. Everyone in the band, they were like, you'll be fine, mate. You'll be completely fine. Say, you get out there, the lights will be on, you won't be able to see anyone, And I got out onto that stage. And I know it's going to sound quite big-headed, but I don't think I dropped a note throughout the entire thing. So I had that nerve to me. It was like, I've got to get this right.
Yeah.
But I played the entire thing. It went so well. Like I said, not a mistake, no strings snapping, anything bad like that. It was incredible. It was a life-changing moment. To be brutally honest, it was incredible. Just,
I think things like that, you can end up with a little bit like nerves and things coming into it, but because of the amount of effort you've put into your guitar playing over the years, for example, your grade 8 music, you've really pushed your sort of boundaries in basically achieving what you've achieved when you're, say, doing your grade 8 distinction. You then sort of move through your sort of guitaring world, you drop into like muscle memory, it becomes natural. You can quickly get over those nerves once like the first half a minute of like a gig and just get into the environment that you're in and just enjoying the music and getting in that zone. And I think that's probably what you've done there. And that's just a testament to the amount of work you've been putting into who you are as you are today. Jenson, back in August 2025, another very interesting thing happened to you, and I'm just looking at this beautiful guitar that you have presented, and guys, I've got to be honest, it's been teasing me for the best part of the last half an hour or so. Tell us a little bit more about this lovely guitar.
So basically back in February at the Birmingham Guitar Show, the Guitar Show UK, are you after a guitar endorsement basically? He said, I think I know someone that might have a guitar endorsement for Jenson, which was LT Custom Guitars. We were speaking to LT Lewis, but he said, I don't know if I can build what Jenson wants. He said, but I know someone that would do what Jenson wants, which was Carl, because he's very good friends with Carl.
So that's Carl Longbottom.
Yes.
Carl Longbottom Guitars.
Yep. And so Lewis was really helpful, and he put us on to Carl. So I'm forever grateful to Lewis about that. So we were speaking to Carl, and Carl said basically, come over to my house and I want you to play my guitars, because it's no good me building you a guitar if you don't even like my guitars or how they feel or anything. So I went over, and on that day I just fell in love with his guitars, his S4 and a few others, his Alpine model. I was just like blown away, absolutely blown away by him. So he said, take these two home, which were his S4 and his Alpine, and said, play them for a week, see what you think. And I played them, I just couldn't put them down.
So just with Carl and his guitars, we've reviewed several of his guitars on this channel now. One is a full review, which, to be honest, guys, it's a fantastic guitar, and I can see there's a connection there between yourself and Carl. He is very passionate about what he makes. Yes. You're very passionate about what you want to do and what you need out of a guitar, and I think there's a nice little bond there. So tell us a little bit more about this. What is it exactly?
So basically, I said to Carl, I want a Strat style guitar, an S style, and I said, but I want it to play quite like a Super Strat, to be honest with you. So it went through quite a few things of different pickup options and bits like that, and we went to Radio Shop for the pickups, it's a PAF or PAF, just humbucker there, which has got, it's a nice classic style humbucker. Then the single coils are the special bit for me. They are the ID Evolutions by Radio Shop, which are increased magnet size, so it gets the same volume or very, very close to what a humbucker gets.
Right, with you,
So there's not really any volume drop, which for me works a lot better because of the music I do, which is more rock based. It works really well. So that was the idea with the pickup selection, because I've never played with HSS before. I've always been someone that's worked around mostly humbuckers. So I wanted something different, but something that worked for me. So we chose them. Then it got to the trem system, which links back to the Wilkinson, of course. And I was like, I need something that can dive, something that can go
There's
up.
a bit of a theme coming on here to do with the old sort of dive bomb techniques on the guitars. It's a very 80s kind of technique, that, isn't it? So, but that's obviously a big thing to do with the choice of the system that you have from Wilkinson. So just lead us up the neck now. So what else is there?
Yes, so basically the neck, it's Goto locking tuners, which again, it's just locking tuners that keep you tuning, basically, really precise. You don't really get any droppage, and the nut is a bone nut. It's, Carl explained this actually, a lot of the tuning stability things to do with the nut, which I didn't actually know, because he said it's something, if your strings, if you're like using your trem system and it's sticking, you're going to lose it. You need it to just be sliding, so the bone nut just helps massively for that. It is I can't really show it, but it's a flamed maple
I'm just
neck.
looking at it. It's a beautiful bit of wood, that, isn't it? That's really nice.
It's literally in the right line, it catches this.
So you've obviously not gone for the roasted sort of maple neck. It's just more of a natural sort of maple finish. But the actual, how can I put it? The figurine on the back is just very, very nice. Beautiful. That.
And another thing is, it's a compound radius.
Right.
It's just something I've enjoyed working with, a compound radius, more than anything, because it's a bit easier on the hand for me. I don't know why, but it just feels nicer being able to have it a bit more rounded here to a flatter style up here.
Okay, so just tell us a little bit about the fretboard material on that. So what have you gone for on there?
It is a rosewood fretboard. Carl actually let me choose it myself.
Oh, nice.
So I went to see him during the build process. When this was just basically a wood body with no finish or anything on it, with a few cutouts. And he said, right, well, here's your fretboard options of Rosewood, which one do you want? And I know it's going to sound quite weird because people like to see fancy woods. I went for the plainest one.
Right, yeah,
I thought it looked more classy in a way to me, because of course it's a black scratch plate on it.
Yeah.
I wanted it just classy, you know, no huge like lines, anything fancy going on. So I thought that one just stood out to me, so I chose that. Rosewood feels great. It's got a darker tone than a maple fretboard, of course. But it works for me more than anything.
Right.
It's not, especially because it's single coils as well, it's not twangy.
Yeah.
As such, so it just works really well.
Brilliant.
But,
Well, that sounds quite good. So is there any chance of hearing some sort of tones on it, you know? So, it'd be nice to just to hear a few bits.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the humbucker, the PAF is just...
Yeah.
simple.
That sounds nice. Yeah.
It is nice. Then the second position is actually the humbucker split to a single coil. So you've actually got all Strat options.
Right.
So, really nice, you know. Then we get to the third position, where it's the middle on its own, which is the IE Evolution, which...
You can really hear some nice clarity in that. Yeah.
They've got a nice mid-end to them, for me. But like, with the humbucker, and then to the middle, there's not much of a volume drop whatsoever.
I can see exactly what you're saying there. It's nice, yeah.
Then fourth position is simply neck and middle, which is, you know, classic Strat sound.
Yeah.
Really nice. And then the neck pickup is just really nice. It's clear, like you say. It's just great.
You've got a hugely sort of, how can I put it, a flexible palette of tone going on there, you know,
Definitely.
so you can go from virtually anything. It's like one guitar does it all in a very sort of good kind of way, doesn't it, really?
One of the main things as well I just want to mention is there's no split coil like knobs, for instance, as well. It was something that was an option to be done.
Yeah.
To have, like, you know, the volume to be a push-pull. But I said, for me, it doesn't really...
I don't think it needs it from what I heard. Yeah.
It's got the split coil in that second position for the humbucker anyway. You know, there could have been a series parallel sort of switch, but I didn't need it. I've got the enough tonal option there. You know, the tone knobs as well help massively. So this bottom one here is a tone knob just simply for this pickup.
Right,
so,
yeah.
And that only affects this one.
Yeah.
And this one here is a master tone for each pickup. Well, sorry, for every pickup. So, I mean, you can get really, with this humbucker here, really jazzy, to be honest with you.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like quite bassy almost when you roll it back off, but you've got that option to go this neck pickup if you need it just a bit darker. Use that master and just... And it's just really nice. So I didn't really need the switch or anything. Yeah. So it just worked straight away.
That's just a really nice sort of guitar, that. So obviously you've got a few endorsements now. We've got the Wilkinson, you've got the flat lead connection, you've got the Carl Longbottom guitars connection here. I'm just looking at guitar straps. Someone else has helped you out with the guitar straps very, very recently. So yeah, who was that? Just if you can remind me. So
Southside Harbour guitar straps.
Yeah.
Which I met him last weekend actually at the Leeds Bradford shop, and basically said to him, I want to strap that will look good, you know, it's what everyone wants, you know. I didn't just want something plain black, you know. I could have done, but I thought, why don't we just spice it up? And I had a lot of options. I was like looking at blue straps, but this red sort of like floral,
it's nice, that, isn't it? Yeah,
really, like, I don't know, it just, I caught my eye on it. I was just like, wow. Held it next to the guitar, I was just like, whew. It really just breaks up that silver, but it's a great feeling strap. Yeah. They're made over in Bridlington, where Paul from Southside is from. Yeah. But it's just incredible. It's high quality.
It does look nice. It does look nice.
Yeah.
So September 2025, you've put a bit of a website together. So how can people sort of find that?
So you go on, your search platforms and you search up jensonbguitar.uk, which is my website, and it will take you to the website which was built by my dad, who is a graphic designer for a living.
Yeah.
So it was quite a helpful thing having my dad there, because it was like, I don't need to, no offence, pay loads of people. So luckily, because my dad didn't
You've got it
charge
in-house,
me.
haven't you? Is what you're saying. It's there, isn't it?
He'll probably be asking for me to pay him back when I'm older, but for the time being, it was great. He built it me. I give quite a few demands.
Right.
I was like, I want that, and it was like, ooh. But it came off really well. It was, my dad built it, and I was like, it looks great. There's testimonials on there from a few people, so like Flatley, my guitar tutor Greg, Ricky from A Foreigner's Journey, and Carl. There's loads of testimonials talking about me. There's an about me section telling people who I am,
how it all started, and
say how it started. There's upcoming events on there, and there's literally everything you need to know.
So just on that, I'm just going to flip to the other sort of page. So you have got some upcoming events coming up. So now, just sort of going through your website this morning. So 27th of this month, you're at the Met in Bury. So what's are you supporting somebody, or what's the?
Yes. So I'm back supporting Foreigner's Journey. At the Met, which is going to be a great one because it's a first standing one I've done for them, because every one of them have been seated, so it's going to be quite different. So that's going to be really good. That's next weekend, a week today, which when this video will come out, probably be that day or the day after.
We're aiming for roughly about then, probably sort of Friday, Saturday this next week.
That's great. Yeah, that's the next thing for me coming very soon.
Brilliant. So moving quickly on, we've got the 3rd of October, you're the spinning top at Stockport.
Again, it's a supporting opportunity, this time supporting Sabotage, who are the UK's #1 tribute to Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath, which is really good. Again, it's fast approaching, it's literally the week after A Foreigner's Journey. I can't wait for that one.
I was just going to say, you're sort of pretty busy guys. So moving on to like 2 days later after that, you've got the Cheshire Guitar Show.
Yep.
So are you on the main stage there doing your stuff as you've done previously, or?
For that one, I'm demoing for Paul at Flatley. I'll be, whilst he talks through the pedals, I'll be playing and giving some tones off for him. So people can hear it. That's all that is for that one, but again, that should be a good one.
So there's another sort of interesting event possibly coming up, and Dara sort of mentioned sort of Aintree, and what's all that about?
So Aintree race course, or the Merseyside Guitar Show, which is in late November, I'll be playing at. It is going to be announced very soon, I do suspect, but I'll be on the main stage there playing a spot of my own music and stuff. I'll be playing this guitar, of course, using Flatley's pedals, and of course showing off the Wilkinson trem, and it'll just be me for that one, no demoing spots, but it'll be, like I said, just me playing what I choose to play, which will be my own songs. Hopefully something new, like I say, from earlier, and some covers. And I think also there is going to be a guest singer for a track.
Right, sounds good,
Very good. But that's late November 29th-ish.
It's generally around about then, isn't it? So we've obviously got a busy sort of month or two ahead for you at the minute. So we've got to remember, folks, you're still at school. Yes. You're still doing all your stuff in terms of, getting through your exams and that in a few years' time. So what do you think about the future in terms of where do you see yourself going in the future?
See, for the future, the big dream for everyone, I think, is make it big, famous. It's not an easy thing. It's like becoming a professional footballer or something like that, isn't it? So, of course I want to do that, but the thing for me mainly is being a session musician, if I can't make it big. So currently I'm learning to read music, which is something that I'm doing quite well at. I wasn't expecting, because at first I looked at it and I was like, oh gosh, because it's like learning a different language, isn't it?
It's a foreign language, isn't it?
So I'm learning to read music, which will hopefully get me quite a bit of help with what I want to do, like sessioning when I'm older. So once I leave school, of course I'll have to go to a college or something like that because you have to stay in education. But past then, hopefully I'll get quite a few opportunities of sessioning and bits like that. So
brilliant. Well, that's good. And if we can help sort of promote what you do, you know, because obviously I'll drop one name here at the minute. Scott Poley is the musical director for Rumours of Fleetwood Mac, CMP Entertainment. He's a session musician. Perhaps we can put you in touch with him. But if we can put you in touch with people like that, then that's got to be a good thing, hasn't it, really? So we've got that in mind. So in terms of your guitar and your pedal board, so we've got a really nice pedal board just on the floor here. So can you just talk us quickly through your pedal board and what your sort of go-to pedals are and what they sort of offer you?
It changes basically weekly, this pedal board, because I can never get something right. But I'm running straight into a PRS MT15. Yeah. It's just clean. And I've constantly got more R7 reverb on just for ambience.
So are you playing into the clean channel on that?
Yes,
right, with you.
Because that's a modern metal amp. That. Yeah. As soon as you turn that, getting on the lead channel, it's like, whoo.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? So that's basically just a clean channel there. Runs into a phase 90 and classic. Then this is the special one for me because it's not something that a lot of people that I'd know would use. Yeah. But for me, because I'm quite, I'd like to say experimental with stuff like for studio work. This is the Walrus Audio Luminary. Yeah. This is the original one though, so from over 10 years ago now this, and this actually gifted to me by Carl Longbottom.
Oh right, yeah, yeah.
And it's an octave pedal, so you know you can get that sort of. Then you've also got sort of a organ sort of sound. Yeah. Which to me, if I'm in the studio and I'm recording something, it's just an extra layer.
So have I heard that in your track?
No.
Right. Right. I must have imagined it. There we go.
I have used it on videos that I've done in my studio. I did a cover of Kids, which is part of the soundtrack from Stranger Things, which it sounds really good with, because it's a synth track, that track, so that works really well. But it's just something, not like I said, not a lot of people would use, but for me it's like, whoa, man. Yeah. Then we move on to the Solaris Pro by Flatley, which is a fuzz, basically. Scream.
Gotta say, that sounds good, doesn't it?
It's, you know, it's quite a thick fuzz. It's just great. Then there is a boost unit on there. I won't turn that on because it'll probably blow your head off. I will say that. Yeah. Then from there, we move on to the Revolution by Flatley, which is a dynamic overdrive. You've got 3 tonal options, but I use the downward position. Very, you know, quite, I'd say a low-endish pedal to me. Yeah. The way I've got it set, the tone's quite high, to be honest with you, but it works quite well, especially with the single coils, like the neck single coil. It just adds something to it.
Adds a bit of colour to it, doesn't it? Yeah, that sounds really good.
The Blues Driver is used as a gain boost. It was used as a volume boost for me, because in live situations, if you're controlling your own signal, you can't just quickly turn your amp up.
True, yeah.
So it was being used as a volume boost, but now it's being used as a gain boost. So with the Revolution, that's reality. Then with it, it's like just adds a bit extra.
Yeah, so you're stacking the two there, aren't you? Yeah.
So you know you get that classic. So you're locked on like. You know, you can do all your
pinched harmonics and all that.
Psycho sort of stuff. You know.
It's what we like. It's what we like.
Then it goes into a Catlin Bred Callisto chorus, which, you know, it's just a simple. It's a warm chorus.
That sounds very nice, doesn't it? Yeah, that does sound good.
Really nice. Then the more R7 is something that tends to be kept on that in a live situation. Yeah. But in the studio, you can add a bit of like.
Yeah, so you got the trails on there, and yeah.
Because it's a digital pedal, you get
Yeah.
nicer bits of like lengthened decay.
Yeah.
But it's mainly kept on just a simple, just bit of ambience.
Yeah.
Then one of my, most turned on pedals, to be honest with you, that's mostly kept on.
Do you know, I struggle to play guitar when reverb's off.
Yeah.
It's a weird and bizarre concept.
Dry,
Yeah, it is,
dry.
isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so that reverb pedal sounded pretty good. So I'm back onto the Flatley now, which is this is the one that appeared in the YouTube video, wasn't it? The delay pedal.
It was the first Flatley pedal I got.
Yeah.
The Nirvana, which is delay. I'll turn the reverb off for a minute. But
yeah.
This, I've got it set just as a standard, Just nice, just a few repeats on it.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned earlier, it has a tone knob, which not a lot of delay pedals do have.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the only ones I've ever seen, which really shapes the delay by turning it up, and you can add.
You see, I think that's a really useful feature that not a lot of pedal manufacturers look at.
It helps a lot.
Because on my carbon copy delay, I can do a little bit of that by hitting the modulation switch, which puts a bit of chorus on the repeats, but that takes it one stage further, which I think is a really nice feature.
Yeah.
That. So yeah.
And it can go crazy, like a standard sort of thing,
Yeah. Do you know, I got told off by the band I was playing in a few months ago. So we're doing One Vision. There's that sort of bridge in the middle of it where it goes a bit instrumental and a bit of a mess. And I was doing all that, and it was going a little bit weird, a bit Pink Floyd-ish, and I got a bit of a ticking off by the band. But anyway, that's just a joy of analog effects pedals, isn't it? So do you want to just yeah. So how do you fancy just giving us a few sort of bits and pieces on your guitar and just doing what you enjoy most? And I think that's a really nice sort of pedal board you got there. So you got a nice rig, beautiful guitar, nice amp and that. So it's
I try and keep it versatile. That's my main thing. I don't want to be stuck with one sound as such.
Yeah.
Like I say, it does change various things. If I'm having to do a more rockier set, I might throw a high gain distortion on there or something like that. If I'm having to go bluesier, for any example or anything like that, it would change. Or if I need a wah pedal, I'll throw a wah pedal on there. Yeah. But I tend to keep it based around this more than anything. So I can just... roll that tone slightly, Gone.
That's it. The strap's off. That's it. End of the world. The strap's off.
But it's just versatility for me. It adds different bits. Like I say, I didn't even realise I had the reverb turned off then.
Right.
But adds the ambient sounds.
Yeah.
A bit of chorus delay.
So again, just getting back to that. So what you've got is a palette of tone on your pedal board. Carl's built your guitar using the Wilkinson hardware, which offers you another dimension of tone again. A lot of tone comes from your finger. I'm just watching your fingers then, guys. I mean, I might as well sell all these guitars watching you sort of all over that fretboard. So I'm just thinking, in terms of changing your pedal board in some kind of way, like I said, it's always up for change depending on how you feel at the time and what's needed and what you can sort of move on. I think we're all a bit guilty of that, and it depends what sort of floats your boat at that moment. So I'd like to basically just sort of say thanks for coming in and, and I think you should do us a little bit of a play out. What do you reckon, sort of mum and dad? So do you want to play us out? Well, guys, that's it from Gigs and Guitars today. Jenson Bullen coming to a stage near you very soon. And guys, one day this guy is hopefully going to be up there with the guitar greats. So over to you, Jenson.
Hey.